We're elevating over here, whether it's spiritually, mentally, financially, or just daily, small steps. So, I wanted to talk about today is just give some words of encouragement to anyone dealing with dabbling into things that you know you conquered already. Me, for instance, I recently just had a moment where I did something that I used to do that I no longer do, but I did it. It was just like a moment I had of weakness. God allowed that moment to happen because He wanted to show me that I no longer needed to do that anymore to feel fulfilled and to feel focused and to feel okay. So, this is kind of like the message of this video. So, if you are in a place where you're conquering something in your life, for instance, you you don't want to hang out with those fake friends anymore, right? And it's not like you hate them or you don't love them anymore. It's just you're realizing that these people don't align with what you want for yourself in your future. So you're kind of standing on business. You're like, all right, I'm not going to answer anymore. I'm not going to be a yes ma'am, a yes sir. I'm not going to be a people pleaser. So you're telling yourself, you know what? I'm going to back up. I'm going to just focus on myself. But then you end up hanging out with them again. You hang out with them, it's the same thing. Either you're drinking, you're smoking, you're partying, or you're gossiping and wasting time. And when you come home, you just don't feel right after hanging with them. So these are for the people that dabble into things they know that they overcame or they're overcoming, and you feel guilt or shame because of that. And I just want to give you some words of encouragement because I recently dealt with this situation myself, and the aftermath of me dabbling into something I know I shouldn't have done because I'm past that. It gave me a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. And I was very disappointed in myself, even though it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But me, as a person I am, Andrina, I am very hard on myself because I am so motivated. I have goals. I'm very driven. I'm, a single mother. So things got to get done with me. So if I know I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do because it's not aligned with the future version of myself that I'm becoming, and I do it, oh, that pisses me off. It pissed me off. I was so disappointed in myself. Okay. So it kind of lasted a couple of days. I was just like feeling a little down. I was feeling guilt. I was feeling shame. I was just talking to God like, man, I messed up. I shouldn't have did that. What it was, I'm not going to talk about because it's not that deep, but I just want to let you know that I'm a human being and we all have those moments that we're not perfect. And I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But what you can work on is just getting through it and changing your perspective of the situation. So now if you've done something that you knew you wasn't supposed to do, right? And instead of feeling shame and guilt, it's okay. And yes, take accountability. You know what? I shouldn't have did that. Like, I shouldn't have did that. That's not going to get me anywhere. But think about how you felt afterwards when you did whatever it is you did. When you backtracked. You felt like, ugh. But in that moment of doing the thing you weren't supposed to do, God allowed you to go through with whatever it was so you could see how done you are with it. Whether it's an ex, whether it's something that you partake in that you no longer want to do, fake friends, maybe just going out every weekend. Maybe it's missing a practice that you know you're supposed to do and you're overcoming being lazy. God allowed you to let that thing happen to you so you could see how important it actually is to you. So you could see wait a minute. I am not that person. I'm not lazy anymore. I'm not an alcoholic anymore. I'm not in love with my ex anymore. So whatever it is you did that you know you weren't supposed to do, God allowed you to do it so you could see how far you actually came. And don't ever feel like shame or guilt because life is a journey and we're going to make mistakes. And the more you fixate on being perfect is when you make the most mistakes because we're not perfect. And this journey is a never ending journey. And this is something that I came to the conclusion of myself because I was being so hard on myself. I was just like, cringe. Okay, cringe, Andrina. Why did you do that? But in that moment I realized, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to change the narrative here cuz I'm in control of my reality. I'm in control of my life. Okay? And I know God up there, I know he doesn't hate me. I know he doesn't want me to feel shame and guilt. He wants me to learn something from this lesson. He wants me to learn from the experiences. The enemy wants me to feel shame. The enemy wants me to feel guilt. The enemy wants me to feel down, depressed, and so I could stay there and keep doing it. So if you're in a mode where you're dabbling in something you're not supposed to be doing, don't feel shame or guilt. Get back up, brush yourself off. Every day is a new day for your new ways. Okay? So every day is a new day for your new ways. So yesterday's problems are yesterday. Today's a new day. Just let it go. Let it go. Tell yourself, you know what? This situation taught me that I'm actually better than this. Like, I don't even like that for real. Like, you kind of got to act stuck up about it. You kind of got to act like it's beneath you. Like, ew, gross. Like, why did I even do that? It's disgusting. I don't even like that for real. Like, I'm better than that. I'm better than these people. This is beneath me. That's the type of mentality you got to have even when you make a mistake. You can't lower yourself because of your mistakes. Okay? Because we all make mistakes. Even the most perfect person you think makes mistakes. And we all have failures. The most successful people fail the most. Because when you fail and you make a mistake, you learn from it. And then you learn from it. And then you learn from it. And then next thing you know, you mastered it. So if you're not failing or making mistakes, you can't master anything. So if you're failing and making mistakes on your path of life, it happens. Okay? I don't want you to ever feel like life is just trying to bring you down. It's not. It's just trying to teach you things. It's like a game of chess. You got to know how to move your pieces and what to use to get to the next step, to the next level. So I just wanted to give some words of encouragement to anyone out there that feels like, man, I made a mistake. I went back to my ex. I drank again. I went out. So I just want you to know that it's okay. We are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. She's not perfect. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And the most successful people are the ones that failed the most and made the most mistakes and went through the toughest battles. Because pressure makes diamonds. More pressure, the brighter the diamond, okay? You're just a diamond, okay? You're being buffed and shined and all kinds of pressure is happening because you are going to glow and you're going to become something amazing, and you already are something amazing. But until you see that and you know that and you hold your head high, no matter how messed up the situation is that you're currently in, you're not going to get there. Because it's all about your mentality, what you think of yourself and what you think of your situation. Because it starts in here before it manifests into your reality. Because it's a mindset. Okay? So, for instance, for me, when I made my mistake, I could have just laid there and just, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. I'm this, I'm that. I mean, of course I took accountability. I was just like, look, girl, get it together. What are we doing here? But I didn't stay there. I was like, you know what, Andrina? You're that bitch. Get the fuck up. Don't do that ever again. You know what you want out of life. You know where you're going. You know, you got this, girl. Get it together. And then God was like, see, that's what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see that. I wanted, because you're sitting here thinking about that thing. You want to do it so bad. And then when you finally do it, it's not even exciting. It's not even as exciting as you thought it was. You're actually quite disgusting. So sometimes we need to backtrack just a little bit just to get a taste of that old thing we used to do, to see how far we actually got in life and how we outgrew those places, those things, those situations, those whatever it is you're dealing with. Because that's just, it's life. It's all about perspective. You got to change your perspective because God's not mad at you. You're an adult. It's you against you. So don't let your mistakes bring you so low that you're just staying there. Okay? You have one day. Feel your emotions. Let that shit go. Tomorrow's a new day to start your new ways. So continue to keep going. Don't feel discouraged because we all make mistakes. Look at me. Your girl made so many mistakes. I'm the queen of mistakes. I'm the queen of failure. I'm the queen of being the villain in everyone's lives. And look at me. I made a YouTube channel. I'm posting on social media. I'm being who I am, and I'm not stopping for anyone because there's a lot of us out there that feel like we are nobody because you're different, because you went through the most pain, because you don't want to fit in with everyone else. And for some reason, this world tries to make you fit in with everyone. And no, you don't have to. You're on your own journey. It's you against you. So don't feel like you have to conform to the world. You could be yourself. You could be successful and you could have everything you want. But it does start with changing your perspective on when you make mistakes, when you fail, and when you kind of let yourself down. Is it good to let yourself down? No, it's not. But does it happen? It does. That's the ugly truth. We let our own self down because we make promises to ourselves and we don't keep them. And honestly, sometimes things happen for a reason. They always happen for a reason. I think everything happens for a reason. Literally, everything's a sign. Everything is something for me. But you know what? It works because look where I am now. I'm here sharing this with you and giving you my light. So that little flame inside of you could grow brighter and then you could share your light with somebody else. But we're all going to fail. We're all going to make mistakes and we're all going to feel like shit sometimes. It's just life. So don't beat yourself up. You keep going. You dust off your wings, okay? Your little wings on your back, you dust them off and you get up and you keep going. And if you can't figure it out, you will figure it out. Just leave it alone. Don't worry about it at the moment. Leave it alone. Take a break, then come back to it. I promise you, it will work out. Because if you look back at your life and you think about all the complicated situations you've ever been in, they eventually worked out. You're still alive, you're still breathing, and you're still here. So don't stress about it so much. Because the worst place you could be is in here. Because the most suffering we have is in our own minds. We don't even suffer out here. It's in here. So free yourself from being labeled as a failure and as a mistake and I can't do this and I'm this, and just tell yourself, you know what? I just learned something. I'm better than that. I'm that bitch. I'm him. Like, I don't even need that. What am I doing? And just laugh at it. Laugh at your mistakes. Because that's what you can't take it so serious. You got to lighten up the mode. You can't go so deep within yourself and just like drown yourself in guilt and shame, because then you'll get warped into that and you'll stay there. And just because you made a fucking mistake doesn't mean shit, okay? You have to make mistakes. You have to fail. My whole life was a mistake. Shit, I don't even think I was supposed to be born. I think I was a mistake. Call me mistake, because I will make more of them. But guess what? If you need guidance and you need someone to pick you up, if you need a good word, if you need a shoulder to cry on, if you need somebody to make you laugh, you could call me, because I'm not. And you know why I'm not? Because of my mistakes, because of life happening to me. So just know that every mistake and every little time you do something you know you're not supposed to do, try to just learn from it and let it the fuck go, okay? But if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know why my life is like this. I don't know why this is like this. Then you're just a fool. But if you're actually somebody who's struggling out here, because it's a struggle, reprogramming your mind, reprogramming the way you live and the way you do things, especially when there's so many agendas being pushed on us. Like, shit, I used to be a city girl. I don't want to be a city girl. I don't want to be, I used to be outside. I don't want to be outside. I don't like being outside. But is it still in me? Like the turn up? Yeah, it's still in me. So, do I miss it sometimes? Yeah. Do I think about like all the fun I had just wilding out and being a wild girl? Yeah, I do. But I know that I'm at that point in my life where I gotta buckle down. I gotta get serious. Because if I don't get serious with myself, who will? Okay? And if I make a mistake and I do something and I'm just like, Andrina, what were you doing? Gross. I'm not gonna shame myself and stone myself. Because I know God already forgave me. He knows what I'm battling inside my mind and inside my body. He knows that I'm not perfect. If you take accountability and you just move forward, I promise it will be okay. But you can't keep ignoring the elephant in the room. If you're doing something and you're destroying yourself, then honey, you got to be real. You got to ask yourself, what type of life do I really want to live? Where do I see myself 5 years from now? And whatever you envision in your mind of yourself, do everything to get there. So if you know hanging around with these bum ass people ain't gonna get you there, cut them. Cut. Because it's lonely at the top. Okay? It is. But it's not. Because God will send the right people to be around you. It's gonna be lonely for a while, but you got to reposition yourself into the correct like mode to receive the correct people to come into your life. Because if you're just being a shitty person, nobody's not going to be around you. You're just going to attract shitty things. So it's a lot. It's really a lot. So ask yourself, what the fuck do you want out of life? Where do you see yourself in the future? And do everything right now to get there. Cut everything that doesn't align with that vision, that future, that person. Because nobody's going to do it. Truth is, nobody cares. Okay? One thing I learned when I was going through the most in my life is that nobody gave a fuck. Everybody cared about what I did wrong, yeah, because they were nosy and they were just like, ooh, drama. People love gossip and drama. But like at the end of the day, when you're suffering in your room and you're laying there, nobody cares. The only person who was there was God, was Jesus, was that inner voice, higher power. Because there was always a voice in there saying, get up, Andrina, get up. Fight another day and keep going, honey. I have something big for you. I got something big for you. I kept hearing that over and over and over again. You're meant to do something big. You're meant to do something big. So you know what? I got myself up. So you have to take care of yourself and get yourself the fuck up. You can't sit there and just accept it. You are what you accept. So if you're accepting the shit that's going on in your life, then shut the hell up and stop complaining. But if you want change, you can't be mad at yourself when you're on a journey of greatness and you make a mistake. Okay? We don't have time. Pick yourself up, forgive yourself, and keep fucking going. And I know, I got a potty mouth. It's something I got to work on. But let me tell you something. Your girl worked on a lot. My mouth is the least of my worries. Because let me tell you something. I was treacherous out here. I was a little demon. But I'm getting it together. But it's just like, I feel like when I curse, it's going to get through to you. I don't want to see you out here messed up. I'm doing what I'm doing is because I wish I had this when I was going through what I was going through. Even though there's a lot of people on social media doing a lot for the collective and uplifting people, but Everybody's voice is different. So if I could get through to you or one person or just a little inch of you, I've done my job. So like I said, keep going. Don't let a little mistake, a little failure determine. And don't fucking listen to people. Because people are fucking miserable. They hate themselves and all they do is project, project, project. So if you want something, you can have it. You just got to put a little bit of work in and just keep going. But thank you for tuning in. This is Elevation Society, and I'm Andrina, and I'm staying. Bye.